One of the things that you will do when you are unhealed, meaning that you are, you're still in a place where you want to belong, you want acceptance, you're sort of chasing validation from other people, is you will lie to yourself about who people are and what their intentions are. You will mentally, psychologically overcompensate in order to make it work in your relationships that aren't good for you. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones. I'm a licensed therapist. I've been counseling people for many years now. And I want to come to talk to you all about, things that we do to lie to ourselves. And this is a survival mechanism, especially if you grew up in an abusive home, or you've had years worth of history with abuse, and you try to stabilize yourself any way you can. You try to stabilize your nervous system any way that you can, stabilize your mind the best way that you can, so that you can, get up and look at the person next to you that maybe your biggest enemy the night before, and now you're expected to love and kiss on them, and share space with them, and not remember how they hurt you the night before. And so it's a coping skill that we teach ourselves in order to survive situations that aren't good for us, is that we will lie to ourselves, and we will condition ourselves to believe that my mama isn't that bad, my daddy isn't that bad. My parents don't hate me, do they? They're good people. So I can kind of make up these stories, to tell myself, oh, they just forgot my birthday because they're so busy working. Oh, they hit me because they've been so frustrated with everything that's going on at work, or yeah, he's been fighting his ADHD, or they're just scared about everything that's going on, and so they hit me because of that. So I'm going to say to myself whatever I need to say in order to get up every day and deal with these people who haven't been good to me, who really aren't trustworthy, and who are flawed. But I have to be in a relationship with them. I have to see them all the time. We have kids together. The story goes on, and everybody has a different reason or a different sort of justification that they come up with. But at the end of the day, you're only lying to yourself. I mean, you could tell the rest of the world whatever you want to, but at the end of the day, it's your music that you have to face. And let me tell you what happens when you lie to yourself. You stay stuck for much longer than you need to in a situation that doesn't work for you. You prolong your unhappiness. You start to become very hopeless and feel like you're drowning in despair. You may even start to develop a negative outlook about yourself, just the world in general, or people around you. Well, everybody's got issues. Nobody's perfect. All people are going to lie to me. All people are abusive. All men are this. All women are that. So you develop this narrative that just becomes all or nothing, black or white, very extremes, and none of it. You start to lose a little bit of yourself the longer you stay in, the more lies you tell yourself. You lose your grasp on reality. And even people who are well adjusted, who get up and go to work, go to school every day and do this, they do this too. So it's not, you may appear to be rational on the outside, to others who are looking in, but really your whole thought process is irrational. It's based on fear. It's based on, trying to stabilize in an unstable world and trying to get some sort of security there. But there's just a matter of time. It's almost like a ticking time bomb. It's a matter of time before all that goes kaput and it explodes right in your face. And then what happens? Then there's an outburst in a relationship. You may go to jail. You may have a mental breakdown and have to go to the mental hospital. You may find yourself spiraling by using substances and other things. So it's just a matter of time. All the stuff that you're doing is a band-aid, but every band-aid will eventually pop off. You start to lie to yourself, and eventually people who know you and who could see through things, they start to distance themselves and move away because they feel like there's nothing that they can do, and they also don't want to stand by and be a silent witness to this whole story that's playing out. So I think, be honest with yourself, because that's, lying to yourself is the biggest form of self-betrayal, and it leads to all sorts of things on down the road. Resentment, anger. I was so stupid for staying so long. How could I have done this to myself? When you finally wake up and you start to actually live in reality, that can be hard to accept too. um, but I think you owe it to yourself to live in a world of truth. Hope that helps. Thanks so much.